6. It seems crazy, but anyhow. So we'll call the meeting to order and we'll verify we have a quorum, and I believe we do. And we're going to organize the board for president, vice president, and secretary treasurer. Floor's open.
Are we not making the whole slate or just one person?
You do whatever you want.
Who are the current officers?
I wrote it down. So Randy was president last year, Jamie was vice president, and then I was the secretary / treasurer.
I nominate that same slate of officers.
We had a motion for the same officers as last year.
I get a
Is there
second.
A motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. And we are now on item C, approval of the minutes. I'm not sure what the minutes are. Are they in there?
Yep, it should be the next page back.
I will make a motion to present or to approve as presented. I went through them. Yeah, I saw this thing.
We got a motion to approve the minutes. Is there a second?
Second.
A motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. And now it takes us to item D, 2025 annual financials.
Okay, so that should be third page back. So I just listed our mission, our action plan, and our metrics is the same as it has been. But under 2025 Berne Redevelopment Commission activity, that was basically what happened last year. It just says on where we met, we reorganized the meeting. I presented the financials, I submitted the 5-year plan, and then we also approved the resolution for FCC. And then in November, we approved the spending plan. The anticipating spending for the 5-year plan would be the Smith Brother bond. The balance was $2,740,016. The city garage on Byrd Street, around estimated $200,000 left to spend on that. And then streetscaping, which we'll touch on later. This estimate that's in there is the estimate it's been for years. We won't know what the final amount is until we go further on with the architect we chose. And then on that next page is the 2025 financial report. The distributions we collected were $800,399.82. The tax revenue fund at the end of the year was $2,676,334.56. And then that outstanding bond is the Smith Brothers bond that I just mentioned. And then underneath, I just put the breakdown of where the distribution comes from. So Adams County, Berne, Library, Solid Waste, School, Township, just for you guys to see. Is there any questions on that?
Any questions, comments? Do we have to approve this?
It does need approved.
Is there a motion to accept?
I'll make a motion to accept it.
Got a motion to accept. Is there a second?
Second.
Second, Jamie. A motion and second to approve the 2025 financial report. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Both same sign. Motion is carried. If we keep going at this speed, we're going to be done in 2 minutes. RFP streetscaping JPR.
I will give you some information on this. So last year,
What's the JPR?
Huh?
What's the JPR mean?
your booklet,
Oh,
that's the engineering firm.
Jones Petrie.
thank you.
So last year, in one of the meetings, I had asked for permission from you folks to request RFPs, request for proposals for engineering services. And so we interviewed 3 engineering firms earlier this year. They were American Structure Point, HWC Engineering, and JPR or Jones Petrie Refinski. And out of the interviews, we decided to go with JPR. And what we are asking for at this point in time is funding for the master plan services, which is $83,000. And that is just for them to give us a master plan of what a streetscaping could look like.
When was the last master plan? Has that been 10, 20 years ago, or 30, 40 years ago? Or
It was back in the 90s, maybe. And I think that was Moat Park, if I remember right, that did that one. I found an old one. I think it's Moat Park that did one. And then nothing was ever done. So, and if you see toward in the back of the book, it's got their project fees. They're only gonna do the first step at this point, and that is the master plan. So.
Do they do that, most of that here on Berne, or do they do that back in their office, or where do they do that?
Combination of both, yeah. They will be, once they start that master plan, I know they made mention they will be coming here and walking down Main Street with several of us to get, thoughts and ideas and so forth on what we think it should look like, that type of thing.
They know that we have free drinking on Main Street, right? I'm just asking.
Pardon?
They know that we have free drinking on Main Street, right? And that what that is?
Oh,
Is that in place?
No, we don't have a door.
no, we don't have a door
Oh, I
yet.
thought we did.
No, it never went anywhere.
Have you been doing that, Randy?
In fact, I have. I think I better stop.
There's nothing wrong with that, probably.
There's nothing illegal.
Yeah.
I thought we were legal. You didn't know
You are.
that.
There's no signage up.
Are you crazy? No, maybe I am.
So I just gave you the booklet so you can see some of the work that they have done. I know Matt was able to make some of the interviews, and Jamie was here too. We just had to, set a date, and whoever came could come. So, but they've done a lot of work in the area. But that was the one we selected out of the three. So. This is the first step in order for it to move, for that project to move forward, so.
Any questions or comments?
What was the amount?
83,000.
83,000. So just out of curiosity, is there any of this money, is there anything that can be used to, I think this is incredible and a fabulous thing, but I'm also wondering, is there anything that we can do that directly helps our residents? That lowers their tax costs and different things like that with any of this money? From that.
You can't with this money, because the whole point of this money is it's captured for redevelopment and improvement of. So I think what you would argue is that you're making improvements to the facility, to the towns for their benefit.
So there's nothing that can be done with the existing.
Other than walkways and stuff like that within that district.
These are primarily funds for redevelopment, reinvestment within the infrastructure of that area, of the tip area.
I'm just asking because it's a lot of money. And why not ask those questions?
Could you, I mean, if you talk about increasing, like one of the things they were showing their design is, some better parking, some safer parking areas, better walkways, things like that. So if you're doing that, you're making that for the betterment of the community. If you're gonna do that, irregardless, you're either gonna pay for it out of city tax money or you're gonna pay for it out of redevelopment money. So in a way, it's not so much you're saving anybody money, but you're really capturing more money available in a TIF district to be able to use. I mean, actually, if you look at what you broke down, this is the revenue that we're capturing, and it's not more to them. So
Right.
if you look at that way, you can say, okay, the $372,000 that would go to Adams County is now going to stay in
Right
this
here.
right here in this footprint.
Right. And
So yeah, that's a fair question.
And I get all that.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
just-
it's a fair
I just-
question.
I mean, as we're all watching what's happening and so forth, to not ask those questions is probably not good use of what this money is.
That's why you're here.
So I'm asking.
Understand?
Anything else, Greg?
No.
Any questions for Greg?
What's the timeline on all this now?
As far as,
Like from now until the work's done? Because if they come back and they say, here's our proposal, and we say, okay, we're gonna send that out to
well,
bids now to do the work.
if that depends a little bit on funding.
Also depends on NDOT.
And it also depends on NDOT. I know they are, I think we're on the schedule for Main Street to be resurfaced in 2030 or 2031 timeframe. So ideally, you'd want to have, if you're going to do something, ideally, you'd want to be able to coordinate it or at least have your part done before they came through and resurfaced the street, Main Street.
The timeline depends, my understanding is the timeline depends somewhat as to whether they dig down and take all the brick out of Main Street or whether it's just a resurface. They have different timetables depending, and that depends on funding.
Right.
And we won't know that for a while yet.
Yeah, they have done studies on certain areas of Main Street from 27 to 000, and they've found some things that, because of the brick underlayment, that may cause problems, or they're sensing are causing some shifting underneath that they may need to remove certain sections of Main Street totally. But we won't know that until NDOT itself votes and decides they want to do that project, because there's a gazillion other projects throughout the state that, as you know, Matt, that NDOT wants to do or submits every year. So if that would happen, they're aware of this project that we want to do, and the whole thing could be coordinated when they're digging out that we're doing this type of thing. If it's not funded by NDOT, then it basically reverts back to just a mill and resurface of Main Street. So we're in a place of some unknowns at this point, but in order for us to work with them, if that project of theirs would get funded, we need to be in a position where we're ready to do something with streetscaping. So that's why we're kind of starting this part of it now instead of waiting to find out.
Is there any kind of public awareness or public desire to do one of those things or the other, or people don't care, or people are?
I don't know if we're at that point yet to have a have public meetings
Would
with
that-
NDOT
Would
anyway.
that make some sense over something like whether Main Street's gonna be put back in bricks or made bricks again or made into blacktop or, I mean, it seems like that would have some import somewhere, but maybe
That's,
not.
yeah, I agree with you, but that's probably an NDOT call when they want to have those. So, I mean, we've met with them a couple of times, but we're just waiting to see if the project gets funded first of all, because if it doesn't, it's not going to get tore out. If it does, then it would, but
There will be public input by
Right.
JPR.
Yeah, by
In
JPR.
their study, and then
Right.
they do.
either way, there'll be some public input. But if NDOT's driving the train because they're gonna reconstruct part of Main Street, then I believe they would probably be in charge of that public.
Does that seem likely? I mean, just from your own experience?
It all depends whether that project gets funded within NDOT, from what I understand. Is that right, Dave?
It depends what you're asking if it's likely. If you're talking about brick all the way from, no,
No,
that's not likely.
no.
I was talking from all the way, 000. all
No,
the way
the brick, what we're talking about is that right now there is old brick underneath most of Main Street. And that's what they're saying is it's settling in
It's
places.
shifting.
Shifting, and so they might have to dig it all out if the funding's there. If the funding's not there, then they'll Band-Aid it.
The funding's gonna be there, or not?
I think it depends where they put it.
Yeah.
Whether they put it in Berne or whether they put it somewhere else.
Well, they had so one of the priorities for the administration was the Midwest corridor, connecting 65 from middle of Kentucky up to Indianapolis through Jasper. It's like the last piece of the going north and south through Indiana. That project alone took 300 projects off the NDOT list. And then the last day of session, they killed that project and put them back on the list. So everything's in limbo in a way, because of that project off now, I think those other projects will come back on the line. So, because I checked halfway through session about we're around the 2030, they're like, you're not on the list anymore. But keep your powder dry, because we're zero end of the year, and then we took the Midwest corridor out of the formula. I think it puts them back on. So we'll probably know. I'd be honestly say you're not gonna know until probably next budget cycle where we all end up.
They thought they would know something sometime in 26.
In 26, you're gonna know what's on the list, and then we're right now our projections. We're actually ahead of our projections with funding, so I think we're gonna be okay. But the funding for roads is still in decline. I mean, the gas tax is what it is, but people are driving more electric cars, and so it's the road, the money's not there as much as it was. You know that from the community crossings
Yeah,
programs aren't what they were at one time.
right.
So I think you're gonna see look at other mechanisms of road funding. But yeah, the NDOT basically cut a bunch of projects, then put it back on.
Do we know the construction of those bricks under that road? I mean, were they like the ones that were on Jefferson Street? I think so. Or were they something different? Because those were not, I mean, I don't think those were mortared in there on Jefferson Street. They were laid in
They're
there.
laid down.
They're good, solid bricks.
They're really dense. They're really solid.
Yeah.
They're solid.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, they are.
that was the road,
Mhm.
Mhm.
you know. That'd be fairly tough.
Well, maybe the people not driving 25 mile an hour on Main Street would drive 25 mile an hour. What do you think?
Lowe's, you know.
Got 2 tickets on a Sunday night. 30 and a 25.
You did?
You know, about a year apart.
The things we're learning about Randy.
10:30.
I think we need to go back to our organizational chart here. He could teach our president.
I didn't even know the speed limit was 25.
I didn't know that. It's 25 in town?
Yeah, those trucks don't do 25, I can guarantee you.
We need to get a buggy.
Maybe we need a buggy. Could be. Any other questions? Anything else we need to
Do
cover?
we need to
No,
make
we need a motion.
a motion to approve that?
Yeah.
Right, I make a motion to approve that.
What are we approving that RF?
$83,000.
The master plan cost.
Okay, we got a motion to approve the RFP streetscaping JPR master plan. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Jamie. A motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Thank you.
Are we adjourned? Anybody? At the end of the line? We need to come really more often to get over quick. Yeah, those bricks were easy. They weren't torn up as bad.